Hey, welcome to Unfiltered, a channel for spiritual development based in the ancient teachings of spiritual India, like a text called the Bhagavad Gita, which I always talk about. So if you're interested in consciousness, and if you believe that consciousness is irreducible, and you may believe in karma and reincarnation, you're into meditation and so on, please do subscribe. So I'm in Paris. Actually, I'm in Meaux at a friend's house, and I've been going every day to Paris, which is kind of a hectic, bus ride and train ride and all that, and trying to find an apartment in Paris. And it's just been hard. I found a really cool place in the Ile Saint-Louis, which is like the little central island in the center of Paris. And unfortunately, the owner wouldn't accept my application because it was kind of complicated, because my older brother is sort of giving guarantees for me, since I don't really generate funds right now. Although I'm excited about this vegan sausage business that I've bought into and have the exclusive rights of distribution for France. Anyway, the reason why I want to talk about reincarnation is because I believe that reincarnation is kind of like finding an apartment. Seriously though, like, reincarnation implies, at least according to the way I believe it, is that the real self is the soul inside the body. We are the soul, not that we have a soul, we are a soul. And we're, transmigrating from body to body to body, birth after birth after birth. Remember, I mentioned the Bhagavad Gita at the beginning of this little video. Well, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna mentions in various places this idea of reincarnation. The most famous verse that comes to mind, that's one I actually learned when I was like 21 years old. Dehinos vinyata dehe komaram yovanam jara, etc. 2:13, where Krishna says, as the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, a soul similarly passes into another body at death. And there's another verse where Krishna talks about the body as being clothes, and the real person as being the person who wears the clothes, and reincarnation as being the process of putting on some clothes, taking off some clothes, and putting on a new set of clothes, or a new shirt to be specific. So you take off an old shirt, you put on a new shirt. That's reincarnation, right? So what's the relationship with apartment searching? Well, it's kind of like that. Like you look for an apartment, and once you sign the contract and you're in the apartment, then you're there for the duration of for your contract. And when the contract ends, or whenever, it's just time to leave, then the apartment kind of stays there. It's not a great analogy, because, our bodies actually die, and they just go to ashes or whatever. They really disintegrate. So whereas an apartment can have another person enter into that same apartment, to that same body, quote unquote, and continue living in it. So the analogy is not perfect, but you get my point. You, as a tenant, you go into a place of living, and you live there for X amount of months or years, and then you leave the place and you find another place to live in, another apartment. It's kind of like also going on subways. You enter a train, and then you get out of the train, you catch a connecting train or a connecting subway, and you enter into that one. So there's this passage of the real self going into different bodies, life after life. So that's what's on my mind. I've been super busy with these apartments. I don't have time to make elaborate videos, but for those of you who follow me here, I feel very grateful. I thank you, and I hope these little tidbits of wisdom can remind us that, hey, we're not our bodies, we're spiritual beings, and our real life is on the spiritual platform. And whatever we need to do in terms of money making, relationships, career, finding an apartment, things like that are fine and well. We got to do them. We got to do them well. We got to do them intelligently. But we have to remember that actually we have a life independent of these, body-related things. We have a life of the soul, a life of consciousness, which transcends the body and everything related to the body, including finding apartments.